For these parents, the ideal situation would be for their kids to stay at Waldo Community School, but this bill may give them the option to go to Hampton, which is a short 7-mile drive. One of the most popular events tonight is bronco riding. The wild horses will come out of these gates and riders have to stay on for at least 8 seconds. It may not look like much now, but in August of 2016, this facility will be a total of 400,000 square feet and employ over 350 people in Ocala. This is the pen where they kept Piper. She was in here with the smaller horse when she was attacked. Of course, they would like to see 100% voter turnout, but for this election, that is pretty standard. Voters still have until 7 p.m. to vote. If they are in line at 7 p.m., this is Burt, and this is where the engineering building currently is. Original plans would have expanded this building all the way out past the sidewalk over here. The school has been here for about 47 years, but come August 2016, the 500 students that go to this school will be moved to a new facility on this site just a couple of miles down the road. Given the choice, many people out here in Dignity Village would stay here permanently. As you can see behind me, people have created their homes here, but the Gainesville City Commission would rather see this place as more of a transitional period where people can live here for a while and then eventually move on. Well, ladies, Superintendent Owen Roberts said this was not an easy decision, and he feels the pain of the Waldo community, but he stands by his plan. Many Waldo residents are heartbroken and say the school was the center of their community. They fear without it, Waldo will become a ghost town. It was an emotional night for Waldo community members.
I'm devastated. I'm devastated as a teacher, as a community member, as a grandparent.
Waldo Community School will not reopen after this school year, and students will be bused to Shell Elementary in Hawthorne. Superintendent Owen Roberts proposed this plan in early March with the intention of providing both small schools better learning conditions.
And to do that, we have to have the right set of resources to be able to do it, to create the environment that will allow for us to have quality teaching and learning occurring, and to give children the best opportunities that they can strive.
Recommended action passes.
Others in the community stood by his decision, saying it's difficult for a school to operate with less than 200 students.
You still have to provide a librarian, food service, all of the amenities that you provided at a fully staffed school.
Waldo Community School was the only school left in the small town. Parents are concerned about larger class sizes and longer bus rides to a school 15 miles away. Since its opening in 1922, the school has never been closed, not even for renovations. Some Waldo community members have had generations of their family attend the school. They're heartbroken to see the tradition end.
My mother-in-law graduated from there. My husband and his siblings went to Waldo. All 3 of my children went K-5 through Waldo, and I currently have 6 grandchildren at Waldo.
That's what we call an education desert.
Now, many parents are considering homeschooling their children or sending them to neighboring Bradford County to be closer in case of an emergency.
They'll be okay because they're very smart. They're awesome children, and they'll be okay in the long run, but it'll be difficult.
Superintendent Roberts says closing the school will save the county almost $500,000 every year, and Waldo Community School Head Start program will remain open. Well, ladies, there is a lot of concern about this because there are children living in Dignity Village among the adults. As of right now, Dignity Village isn't constantly watched, but police officers say that may change soon.
I can blow him up for you.
Since Dignity Village appeared, it hasn't been uncommon to see predators and offenders come and go. Today, 15 were found registered living in the area.
I probably see 1 to 2 a week that are moving into Dignity Village.
But with the growing population and recent violence in the area, people who live there are worried, especially since there are children living there for long periods of time.
The most we had was like 4 at one time, and they, stayed a while until they got in the housing.
Even though children do live there, the predators are allowed to stay according to Florida law.
Sexual predators can't live within 1,000 feet of a child care facility, of a school, or a church, or anywhere where children would normally congregate. And so Dignity Village does not fall into one of those special places in the Florida law.
GPD plans to increase patrol there.
Consider the placement of a two-person cop team.
Chief Tony Jones
that
asked the
work
city
here.
to add 2 extra officers to their full-time staff to patrol the area 24 hours a day, a big relief to those living there. That could cost the city as much as $150,000 every year.
They don't stop. They don't stop. And more police presence would be a good thing.
GPD sends out notices every time a predator or offender starts living there. Until a police team is staffed, residents will continue looking out for each other.
You shouldn't be around little kids, you know. So I'm watching. Yeah.
Plans to manage Dignity Village are still being made. A plan will be presented to the City Commission in July. Well, David, a lot of kids learning how to swim and a lot of parents supervising, something Ocala Recreation and Parks and Ocala Fire Rescue officials really want to emphasize. These kids are hoping they helped break a Guinness World Record for the world's largest swim lesson. People all over the country hit the pool at 10 this morning to learn how to swim and stay safe in the water this summer.
And this is all about safety in and around an aquatic environment and sharing with everyone that youth, adults, and all need swim lessons.
Children learn swimming techniques today.
To float on your back and on your front.
All to prevent accidents.
Drowning is the leading cause of unintentional deaths between ages 1 and 4, and Florida has the largest rate of drowning between ages 1 and 14.
Fire rescue officials hope parents remember 3 important things. Make sure someone is always actively watching when a child is in a pool. A child should never be able to enter a pool area unaccompanied. Barriers should include child-proof locks on all doors, a pool fence with self-latching, self-closing gates, and door and pool alarms. Finally, parents need to know CPR so that valuable time is not wasted between the time a child is rescued from the pool and first responders arrive. Aside from that, the day was about having fun. Are you having fun with your friends today?
Yes.
Ocala officials want children to learn the importance of swimming and also have fun at the same time.
They get to come out here with their friends. They're in a relaxed environment. They're in a 0-level entry pool, which allows them to walk right in, and they don't have to worry about jumping or being concerned because of the depth of the water.
We still don't know if the record for the world's largest swim lesson was broken today, but Ocala Parks and Rec did reach their goal of increasing participation by 20% compared to last year's attempt. The previous Guinness World Record is 36,564 people learning how to swim at the same time. In a couple of weeks, we'll find out if a new record was set today. Back to you guys.